Okay, hello dear friends, good afternoon, such a beautiful, beautiful day outside. So I will do a makeup. Yesterday I did a makeup without talking, and I will try to use this video as a question and answer at the end. So let's start with some makeup. And are we videotaping? I think so. And what else I want to say? Take this opportunity as a blah blah blah, and at the same time do some makeup. Lower it a teeny tiny little bit. So I have already applied a layer of foundation because I went to swimming pool and YMCA, our local YMCA. So I put the layer of foundation so that when I come back home, which is 7 minutes biking, my face is already dried up, not so wet, not so too much moisture. And I got one friend, very friendly comment, your face is glowing. And it makes me happy, but the truth is that the face glowing is from the glowing powder, and sometimes makeup can be very deceiving and can do wonder on our face. When we are not pretty, we can do some makeup to make us look pretty. And if you search online and look for the video of people's makeup miracle, it's really miracle. They make a total different person. I'm not good at it. I want to be like that. I want to look like a very pretty, and I want to make a miracle on my face. I just do not have that skill. Maybe it takes time to learn, to practice. So my eyes are already dried up. Oh, does not have that. A bit drier and not too much wet things. And I use this one as my at-home makeup. I have two sets of makeup. One is at home. One is in my swimming pool. The purse or the makeup bag, so I do not need to switch too often, and it is the same thing, same brand, same set, but with a different color tone. You have already seen I do a video of tedious stuff of it, and this one is what I use at home. And it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 color, but 6 color is way too many. I have seen some makeup artists use a lot of color, big palette, and I have hard time to figure out how to use that. I have 6 color, and I use at most 3 or 4. And there are 2 colors. I never find use of them. It's kind of a waste to have too many colors for me. You only use a few colors that you are comfortable with, right? And I use the dark color very often. And after the dark color, a little bit of lighter color. The darkest, they always have this darkest, the smallest quantity. I do not understand. Maybe I am doing something wrong. Why they do not have enough of this dark color? And I only use this dark color. For me, 3 color, I think is appropriate. And then a little bit of this red color. Why do I make red? I don't know, because there is red. And then the pink color, and then the pink color, and it covers up some of the darker line I want to hide. So it's a more natural transition of the color, and that's about it. Maybe here a little bit of this darker color. Nothing more than that. Should be good. And then clean up the excess color. Some color that comes out like this one comes out nowhere and no room to contain it. Put it. And very lightly. If the eyebrow shape is okay, don't overdo it. Just lightly, to make it not so, not too, not too rigid. Make it softening a little bit. And then this is done with my eye makeup. Clean up a little bit. Clean up, clean up, clean up. Everybody clean up, clean up, clean up. Everybody. 收拾收拾，小朋友们来收拾，收拾收拾，小朋友们来收拾。So here I will use this one. One friend said at the very first the color does not come out because it has a very strong pressure on it. And after you use a rough brush, after it open up that cover up layer, which is still the same thing, but it's the same powder, but it just pressed too much. After you finish up that layer, it becomes easy to come out, and which is very, very true in my case. After I finish that very strong layer, and now it becomes quite easy to apply. And for this I use more of this red side as a glow, and also it has this nice color, which when we age we are missing this beautiful pinkish reddish color, and not reddish, it's reddish color, and we are missing it, so we fake it by using makeup. Makeup is a good thing. It hides a lot of our imperfection, and mostly it just to make some people more confident if you like to make up. And I used to think makeup belonged to only people who do good makeup and who make them really good and make them pretty and make them a big change. No. At this moment, at this instance, we should think makeup can belong to everyone who wants to do it, who find makeup makes you feel confident and comfortable. It is not important how good you make it. There is not a fixed rule on a particular style of makeup. Some makeup style and some makeup result might be more socially appreciated or more popular or more accepted by the society or by others. But it should not influence your own interpretation, your own joy, your own enjoyment, or your own concept of makeup. Makeup is a private thing. This is my makeup, and it makes me feel better, and that is it, and that is the point. It's not about how we are better off than other people or compare. We are too much into this comparison and losing our own self. I am good this way, I am good this way. At least I feel okay this way, and then it is okay this way. Does it mean there is no room to improvement? By far, it is not what I mean. There is a big room of improvement, and the room of improvement should not be our discouragement or our fear of showing our progress. We can make progress at any time, and we are never good enough as what we want to be. And it's a journey, and it's a journey of trying to improve ourselves. It's in study, in our life, in our work, in our relationship, and in our makeup, in every teeny tiny little things we do. In our gaming skill, in our writing skill, painting skill, in our cooking skill, whatever you name it. Another thing I want to do, I want to take this opportunity. The color is a little bit too dark. Let me try to put something a little bit brighter. When the color is brighter, we are more happy and dark color is a sad color, a solitude color, lonely color. And sometimes we should put some color that brighten up ourselves. This one is relatively brighten up. At least a little teeny tiny little bit. It may improve a little bit of the makeup. Okay, I will take this opportunity to answer some. Let me see, it is still videotaping. Well, I should use this one or this one. Oh, now I see the imperfection of my eyebrow. Without glasses, I do not see. With glasses, I can see some of these too rough lines. Anyway. After some time, it will wear off by itself, so it's okay. And now I will answer some of your questions as much as I can. The first thing, does your family also speak Chinese, English, and French or more? You seem very close to one another. Lovely sight. Okay, yesterday I did a video of my makeup. My family, what do we speak? Yes, my family speak, our family language is Chinese, French, English. No, our family language is not English. Between my husband and I, sometimes I want to speak something more profound. I speak in English, and our daily language is in Chinese and French. And this is one thing we are trying, we are trying to make. When we were young, when I was young, and I lived from, my parents work in foreign affairs university, so we have foreign experts, we have professors teaching English, French, teaching different languages, and are we videotaping? And we put them into international school to learn another language. It's not easy, and how late future it can pay off is another story. I do not know, but this is as much as I can do. One thing in family education, in a parent responsibility, sometimes they do not know, children, they do not know what is right, what is wrong. Or from their experience, learning another language is pain. Some are good at learning another language, they feel joy. Some do not. But before they build up their belief system, their value, their judgment, you have to think about what is the best for them and what is the best. And it is a struggle, so we think learning another language is important. So they speak Chinese with me and speak French with parents, and that's how we speak. And myself, I only speak these languages. I can speak one or two sentences, je t'aime, te amo, and Habibi Ana Halbak, and Tsalanghe, and a few of these languages, just a very, very few languages. My husband speaks more languages, speaks Spanish, a bit Italian, a bit Portuguese. I learned Portuguese when I was in Brazil. So that's about the language part. Try as much as possible. And learning language is not about one part is use your brain to learn, which is very important. Another part is use your shameless courage. It's really shameless courage, because if you are very self-conscious, it's very hard to speak another language. And speak another language and you really do not feel comfortable. You really need to put your face, put your dignity away, and not be afraid of speaking something that you are not comfortable with. And that's the way to improve. Maybe that's in the gene. Some people are more self-conscious and not like to be perfect instead of risk-taking, or in a particular direction of risk-taking. Some people are more risk-taking in the oral part, in the auditory part, or in the language part. some more risk-taking in the engineering part, in this physical part. Anyway, so this is how we do in our family. We speak 3 languages at home, and if my kids goes to their grandparents' home, they hear more languages because their family speaks another set of 3 languages or 2 languages, another set of language. And Cuckoo is so cute, such a beautiful soft voice. What camera do I use? I use this camera. Maybe I can take a picture of it. You can see this camera. Oh yes, you can see the camera, right? This is the camera I am using. Okay. And I already sent you the link of this camera. Let me see what other questions you ask. Let me try to make it as good as possible. You sound like the one kind mom that everyone in the friend group loves. That is very interesting. So when I teach class, I teach students Chinese with the French kids. And I say, when you are angry, you need to stop. I just, my natural philosophy come out. And then the students say, oh, you are so good, you are so understanding, and you are such a wonderful teacher, you are such a good mom. No, they didn't say you are such a wonderful teacher. No, I'm a little bit exaggerating. And they did say you are kind. And they did say, I wish my mom were like you. Yeah, I wish my mom were thinking like you. I wish my mom were doing like you. It is true, it is very easy to say something. And it's very easy to pretend to be good for a short moment. I don't know what you will get if you ask my own children. And as a parent, in your daily life, there are up and downs, and there are more things that you have to deal with. It is not easy. Any parent can be any person can be make a good experience, a good appearance in front of others for a short time. But it is something I'm making effort to be understanding as much as I can. I am trying to learn to understand. I am trying to learn to give up my value, not giving up my value. I'm trying to not enforce my value to my child and to other people. I try to understand. There are times, there are value conflict and way of doing things conflict. And there are times I lost my temper. A few days ago, I lost my temper, and I felt very bad. And any time when there is conflict, it really hurts us. And it's very important that we feel that hurt. It builds up a barrier in our life. It builds up a boundary for us. If we do not feel fear, we will keep on doing. That fear of hurting others, that fear of oh, I'm doing something wrong, I should not do that. That fear is a way to stop us from doing further damage to ourselves, to our heart, and to other people's heart. And it's very important. And so that day I was not shouting. There was conflict, and the young person was shouting and screaming. I was not shouting because I was thinking, okay, I need to be calm, and I do not need to, I cannot shout. If I shout, I lose. I'm the loser already. So I make sure I do not shout. and I stick to my principle. And that was very wrong, because seeing other people shouting and crying, and you do stick to your principle, you do stick to your value, but you do not have this empathy to understand other part, it's still not a winning game. It's hard to make a winning game. It's hard to make everyone win. But when one part shouting, you shout, that is a total loser. We are not talking about it. When you see the movie, American movie, two persons shout like crazy. The woman shouted, you stop, you shut up. And the man, you say bad word and say this. It's too much below our level. Those movies, the directors or whatever, they want to make a show. We do not need to think about it. We are talking about a situation. One part is shouting, and the other part is so calm and so cold and so cool, and not even give any empathy, sympathy, compassion to the other part, to the shouting part. It's also not a losing, not a winning game. The best, and I am trying to reach, is that we find a common ground. When one is shouting, when one is having a tantrum, make distance. Do not secure the other person's dignity. When one person loses dignity, nothing will happen. Make sure he has his dignity, he has his pride, he has his confidence, he has his way, he has his behavior under control, he has his manner under control. If one of us lose, separate, make a distance. And when we both come back to our brain, normal functioning brain, we come back to talk about the problem and solve the problem. Okay, so I do look good in front of other kids. But in the heart of my heart, in the heart of my 1 million hearts, I feel I am not doing good enough. Okay, another one. How can ASMR be more natural than a cat purring? Yes. And another one is about unboxing the pen. And another friend asked about this one is very interesting. You have a very healthy glow. Do you work out? How often? Do you think things like CrossFit and intense workouts are necessary for good health? 可以等一下吗，宝贝儿？哦，啾啾。
那在那里，他碰了那个就。
行，好的。啾啾。Okay, so workout. From last year, I started to go to swimming pool, and I think I stick to it almost every day, at least these couple of months every day. If there is a meeting until 9 o'clock and I have no time to go there, I might miss one day. So in 360 days, I might have missed 10 or 20 days or something like it. I make sure I go to swim every day. And it's for, I think it's for making my body more flexible or soft. I didn't go to swim for my whole life, let's say. I never go to swim really serious. And I always hear doctors say the physical therapy, you go to swim, is very good because the gravity is suspended, is contained by the water, and you feel light-weighted. It's good for your body. And I go to swim, not really an exercise. I do just relaxing a few hundred meters up to 1,000 meters, and not really make me heart pump. It's like this. And CrossFit and intense exercise, I'm not an expert on that. I have no enough knowledge to establish an opinion on it. Please excuse me, but I want to take this opportunity to ask your advice. Is that CrossFit and intense exercise good for your body? Please comment on it. If you do it or if you do not do it, what is your experience? What is your opinion? What is the best way you do exercise? Maybe because this discussion can improve everyone's understanding and everyone's practice, improve us in a group, the community. There are times one idea, one brain is just not enough. This is the time we need input. Okay, I think this has been quite long. I wish you happy every day, and be healthy, be happy, be good, be silly. I love you, I really do.